Canva AI Image Generator Tutorial for Beginners. Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to guide you step by step through the process of generating stunning and professional-looking images using Canva's powerful AI Image Generator. Whether you're aiming to create a hyper-realistic photo of yourself, design unique portraits, or produce something straight out of a fantasy world, Canva's AI tool has got you covered. It's incredibly versatile and super easy to use, even if you're just starting out. To begin with, all you need is a Canva account. Signing up is simple and only takes a minute. You can register using your email address, Google account, or even your Facebook. Once you're logged in and land on the homepage, you'll notice a variety of tabs and tools designed to help with different creative projects. Among these tabs, you'll find one specifically labeled Canva AI. This is where all the magic happens. Go ahead and click on the Canva AI tab. Once inside, you'll be presented with several options, but the one you want to select is Create an Image. Clicking on this option will take you to the AI Image Generator interface, where you'll be able to start crafting your custom visuals. At the bottom of the Image Generator panel, you'll see a wide selection of style options. These styles let you control the look and feel of the image Canva AI will generate for you. Some of the popular style presets include Smart Cinematic for realistic and dramatic visuals, Creative Bouquet for soft and colorful compositions, Macro Illustration to focus on fine details, and 3D Renders for lifelike three-dimensional effects. You'll also find styles like Portrait for human faces, Sketch for pencil-drawn aesthetics, Moody for dark and atmospheric scenes, and Minimalistic for clean and modern designs. Other artistic styles include Vector, Pop Art, and several others, each offering a distinct visual flavor. You can scroll through these style options and preview how each one might influence the final image. Choosing the right style before entering your prompt gives Canva a better sense of the direction you want your design to go in. Once you've selected your preferred style, you're ready to start entering your image prompt to bring your vision to life. So once you reach the style selection area, you have the option to pick from a wide variety of styles that Canva AI offers. But what if you decide not to pick any style at all? Well, if you leave the style setting as none, Canva's AI will automatically analyze the text in your prompt and do its best to determine a suitable visual theme based on the description you provided. It essentially tries to interpret the intent and mood of your prompt and generates an image that aligns with what it believes would best match your idea. For example, let's say I ask it to generate a cartoon character in the style of a 1990s animated TV show. Even without choosing a style manually, the AI will recognize phrases like cartoon character and 1990s animation and attempt to mimic that retro cartoon look as closely as it can based on the language used. This gives you a lot of flexibility if you're unsure about which specific style to choose, or if you want to see how the AI interprets your creative idea on its own. Alongside style, you can also control the image size. Canva allows you to choose different sizing formats, such as square, vertical, horizontal, or custom dimensions, depending on what you plan to use the image for, whether it's social media, posters, thumbnails, or digital art. Another great feature here is the ability to upload reference images or add recent media from your Canva library. This is useful when you want the AI to use existing visuals as inspiration to generate something that fits your ongoing project. It helps bring your concepts to life with a more personal touch. Now, to give you a live demonstration, we're going to start off by creating a fantasy landscape. I've written a simple yet descriptive prompt, a mystical floating island with waterfalls cascading into the clouds, glowing crystals embedded in the terrain, and a pastel sunset sky with a fantasy art style. You'll notice that I've clearly defined the visual tone I'm going for, fantasy art style, which helps the AI stay aligned with the magical and whimsical look I have in mind. But let's say I want to see what Canva's AI does when I don't define any style at all. Instead of selecting fantasy, illustration, or bouquet, I'll leave the style option at none. This will allow the AI to interpret the prompt on its own, and we can see how well it generates the image without direct stylistic input. Now, after hitting generate, here's what it produced: a mystical island scene that looks quite captivating. It has floating elements, colorful clouds, glowing crystal formations, and a dreamy sky. But you'll notice that it doesn't look very hyper-realistic or polished in a cinematic way. That's because I let the AI work with minimal guidance and just relied on the descriptive prompt. So if I want to enhance the realism or give it a more defined atmosphere, I can reuse the same base prompt and simply tweak it a bit. For example, I'll modify it to waterfalls cascading into clouds, a massive floating island with a grand castle at its center, glowing crystals scattered across the rocky terrain, and a warm pastel sky. But this time, I'll remove any mention of fantasy art style from the prompt, and instead I'll select the Smart style from the options below. The Smart style typically generates more advanced, high-quality AI art that blends realism with a cinematic flair. This small change in style and wording can significantly improve the outcome, creating an image that's more visually impactful and professionally polished. Now I'm going to show you a direct comparison to highlight just how impactful a few simple changes to your prompt and style selection can be. As you can see, the newly generated image looks significantly more captivating and polished compared to our earlier version. The first image, which had fantasy art style specified, came out a bit more cartoonish and stylized. In contrast, the updated version, with fantasy art style removed from the prompt and the Smart style selected, has produced a more visually rich and aesthetically appealing scene. Here, you can see the 4 variations Canva AI has generated. Each one has a unique take on the prompt, but all of them look visually stunning. Personally, I find this new set of images much more compelling. The lighting, details, and mood feel more refined and immersive. Now, if you'd like to save any of your generated images, it's super easy. Just click on the download icon located below the image you want. This will instantly download the image to your device. If you want to use the image in your ongoing design project, you can also copy the image and paste it directly into one of your Canva designs. Additionally, if you want to make further edits, simply click the Edit button. This action will open the image in a new Canva tab, placing it on a blank canvas. From there, you can resize, reposition, or apply additional effects to suit your creative needs. Now let's switch gears and try something different. This time, we're going to generate a food photography mock-up, perfect for restaurant branding, social media posts, or product showcases. I've written a simple yet descriptive prompt. A rustic flat lay of a wooden table with artisan rye bread, a bowl of olive oil, scattered herbs, and a folded napkin lit with soft natural light. For this particular prompt, I've chosen the creative style because it offers a more organic, textured, and visually rich look to the composition. The creative style tends to enhance details with subtle lighting, soft shadows, and a natural atmosphere, making it ideal for food photography, lifestyle visuals, or anything that needs to look warm and inviting. We're going to start off with a simple version of the prompt first, to see how the AI interprets and renders it in this style, before layering in any complex elements. After initiating the generation, Canva's AI quickly gets to work, and within a few moments, the results are ready. What it produces is genuinely stunning. The images display a warm, rustic charm, with carefully arranged elements like wooden textures, soft lighting, and earthy tones that make the food look mouth-watering and realistic. This style is especially great for creating visual content for food blogs, recipe pages, restaurant menus, or even Instagram posts where aesthetic appeal is everything. Even though the artwork is AI generated, the output doesn't feel robotic or artificial. It gives off a vibe that's handcrafted and cozy. Now let's say you want to take it a step further and make the image feel more dynamic or immersive. Maybe the initial scene looks great, but you want to add a sense of story or human connection. You can do this by selecting one of your favorite images from the generated results, copying it, and heading over to the Recent Images section in the Canva AI interface. Once you find your image there, Just click Use Image to begin enhancing it further. At this point, I'm going to elevate the scene by adding a new layer to the prompt. This time, I'll include the following line: a beautiful woman and a handsome man, both dressed in casual clothes, sitting together at the table and happily enjoying the meal. What this does is shift the focus from a purely static food display to a more relatable, story-driven visual. Adding human elements to a still life composition creates an emotional connection for the viewer. It introduces a narrative and makes the image feel more alive and purposeful. By incorporating people into the image, the AI now attempts to match the existing environment with the characters and generate a scene that's coherent, lively, and engaging. This kind of iterative process, starting from a basic idea and gradually building on it with layered prompts, is one of the best ways to make the most of Canva's AI Image Generator. You're not just creating a single image, you're developing a visual concept that evolves with each prompt you input. It's creative storytelling with visuals. Now, here's something interesting to observe. The original image didn't include certain items, like a glass of milk or additional side items, but the AI still managed to maintain the core essence of the rustic setup. It preserved the warm tones, textures, and layout feel, even as it introduced new elements or adjusted others for composition. That's because Canva's AI is designed to adapt to the spirit of your input rather than follow it word for word. It fills in visual gaps with artistic intuition, which is both helpful and important to keep in mind, especially when your prompt is broad or intentionally minimal. Now moving forward, you also have full creative freedom to manipulate the visual output by switching up the art style at any point. Let's take the same base prompt, the one that originally generated our artisan bread flat lay, and see what happens when we apply an entirely different style to it. First, I'll use the pop art style. This style is all about bold visuals. Expect exaggerated color palettes, high contrast, and a graphic design aesthetic that almost feels like a comic book page or retro poster. After entering the prompt and selecting pop art, you'll notice the transformation is dramatic. The image no longer has the soft, natural vibe. Instead, it's filled with intense colors, stylized shadows, and a visually energetic tone. It feels more playful and abstract, which might work perfectly for a themed campaign or social post that requires something vibrant and eye-catching. Next, I'll take the exact same prompt again, and this time apply the sketch style. But instead of including any descriptive words about the visual tone in the prompt itself, I'll keep the wording simple and let the preset style do all the heavy lifting. After running the generation, what I get is a series of images that look like they've been digitally hand-sketched. The textures appear pencil-drawn, the shading is rough yet intentional, and the overall feel is minimal yet artistic. It's a completely different output from both the creative and pop art versions, showing just how powerful the style selection can be in guiding the AI's results. Through these comparisons, it becomes clear that Canva's AI Image Generator offers a huge spectrum of possibilities. From photorealistic food scenes to stylized sketches or energetic pop art pieces, the control lies in your hands, through a mix of prompt refinement and style selection. This opens up a whole new world of creativity for designers, marketers, bloggers, and even hobbyists who want to craft unique visuals without needing complex design software. So whether you're creating visuals for personal use or professional branding, Canva's AI tools give you the flexibility and creative depth to turn a simple idea into a work of digital art. This exercise demonstrates how incredibly flexible the Canva AI Image Generator is. By simply toggling between different built-in art styles or editing your prompt to describe a custom style in your own words, you can create a wide range of visuals using the same core idea. So, whether you prefer structured and realistic visuals or want to explore more experimental stylized outputs, Canva gives you plenty of room to play. Before wrapping up, here's an important tip. Canva currently gives you around 500 AI credits when you first start using the AI tools. These credits are used every time you generate new AI images. The good news is that your credits automatically reset every 30 days, so you'll get a fresh batch of credits at the beginning of each new month. allowing you to keep creating and experimenting without worrying too much about running out. So that's how you can dive into using Canva's AI Image Generator. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.